What's the definition of versatile? I don't know, the ability to adapt and adjust to different functions and activities. Well, that is a gravel bike for sure. All right, so versatility obviously is the first thing to point out about a gravel bike. You can ride them on anything, right? My bike came with 38 millimeter knobby tires. And I can ride on the road, and I can ride on the fire roads, and I can ride on the gravel trails, and I can even hit the mountain bike trails here in Florida on the bike. So basically you can have one bike for kind of all scenarios. Now it's a little different here in Florida than it would be in Colorado for sure. I'm from northern Jersey, and the trail systems up there, I could have used this bike for a lot of the stuff, but you still need a dedicated, mountain bike, full suspension mountain bike. Like I lived right across the street from Diablo Downhill Mountain Bike Park. I'd ride my hardtail up the mountain and then come down. It was a little scary. I did rent downhill mountain bikes because it's fun, but I didn't buy one. But in Jersey, I can't say what I'm saying here for Florida, but for Florida, my setup, to give you an idea of what I do, I have the giant Revolt with the 38 millimeter wheel setup that came with the bike. Then to the right of that, I've got a road wheel set and road tires set up that I can swap onto that bike if I'm just gonna ride the road. Then to the left of it, I've also got a mountain bike wheel setup that I can throw on to the Revolt as well. If I wanna go to some of the more challenging trails here in Florida, I can throw that wheel set on. So I've got 3 wheel sets, 1 bike, in essence 3 different bikes. And there's some things that you can do to the gravel bike to make it even more mountain bike friendly. Like they have a suspension stem that you can, I forget the name of it, I'll put it down here, but you can get that stem and then use the mountain bike wheel setup. You don't need a full suspension mountain bike, at least here in Florida. But yeah, that's what I mean. You don't have to have a stable of bikes. Now it's fun to have a lot of different bikes. I've got too many bikes. I'd look like a hero if I would convert to getting rid of all the other bikes that I have and just keep the giant Revolt, the time trial bike, and a full suspension bike, and maybe the beach cruiser. I'd look like a hero going from like 15 to 20 bikes down to 4. I don't think that will ever happen. The funny thing about the beach cruiser, I won one of the beach cruisers at a running event. I won a bicycle at a running event. That makes no sense. Should have won a pair of sneakers. Okay, on to the next thing, comfort. So comfort is pretty key for riding a bike. Obviously a bike fit is like the number one thing to do, but let's just say you've already done that and you've decided on a gravel bike. Comfort. The geometry is different than a road bike, definitely different than a mountain bike and a time trial bike. And so, you're gonna find maybe not as far reach or as big a drop and that sort of thing. And if you're gonna do stuff like DK 200 or Belgian Waffle Ride or Gravel Worlds or Barry Roubaix, or you just wanna ride up the coast of Florida from your house to the Space Coast, 138 miles like I did, you're gonna wanna be a little bit more comfortable. So that's a key factor as well. I love the flare bars. I like that position. Now a wider position could give you a little bit of a neck problem, arm problem, but I find it incredibly comfortable. I have flat tops as well. The bikes themselves are super comfortable. So that's the next thing. I can't get any more simple than that. Comfort is key, especially on longer rides. You want to be as comfortable as possible. There's other factors, but the geometry of a gravel bike gives you a good starting point. Storage options, there's plenty. And so on my bike here, during the pandemic, I think I referenced it on another video, I have a bar bag up front. I can put the saddle bag on there. I can get a frame bag. I can put panniers on the side. And I can also put extra water bottles on there. Now I have 3 water bottle cages on the bike, so I don't have to stop at a convenience store to refuel. I can bring everything with me, especially if I put that orange mud pack on. And I've got even, more options. I got 2 more water bottles up top, and I've got a place to put food and that sort of thing. And I've got the water bladder. So, I don't have to stop if I don't want to. So that's another thing about these bikes is there's so many storage options and setups, whether it be for a long haul where you don't want to stop because of a pandemic, or you just don't want to stop because you just want to get from point A to point B or whatever, or an adventure ride and you just, you're going out remote and you need to carry everything with you, or you want to do a backpacking kind of event. You can just put everything on the bike. And there's so many videos out there, like the thereabouts videos kind of show some of the options that you can do. And I like Francis Cade, who's a really well-known YouTube personality for cycling. He's done some really cool stuff. And one of the ones that he did going through Australia, you can see how much stuff they put on the bikes. It's awesome. So all you have to do is go to like any of the well-known cycling websites and you'll see, the gravel setups with 20,000 things on the bike. So, storage options aplenty. So I guess I'll end this with, my final thought, why a gravel bike? They're fun. Who doesn't want to smile, life is short, so you might as well have fun. And I think that's the one thing why I like the gravel bike so much is because I was burnt out on triathlon, duathlon, road riding, the crits and stuff like that. I think I was just like, I'm done with the whole sport entirely. Entered gravel riding and it brought a smile to my face and rekindled why I love riding a bike. That's a great thing, right? And the caveat to that also is that it's a community and it's a very accepting community. There's a plethora of personalities and styles and looks, and people just don't care. There's no where you have to have your matching shoes with your matching gloves, your matching helmet, matching sunglasses in order to ride with me. If you don't have that, you're a total Fred, and I can't be associated with you. You look like you just bought a bike from Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to ride with people like that? You really don't. You're kind of a douchebag if you're like that. I wave to every cyclist, even if they don't wave back to me. Even the triathletes, they never wave back, and I'm a triathlete. They have no idea. But, don't be a douchebag. Put a smile on your face, wave to everybody, get a gravel bike.